Live.
Hey, Shalom. First, I'd like to say all praise to Yahweh by Shema Shai. All right. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are scattered abroad, prophesying in the name of the Heavenly Father in truth. Okay. We're here and doing a live show on GMS LivingWaters and also on GreatMillStone MainCamp.
Yes.
Okay. And we have a special guest, of course, brothers from London. Okay. So I'm going to say my name, brothers. Do a name roll call real quick. I'm Yaquab.
Malakba.
Nazrakad.
Ayala. Ramah.
Barack Abba.
Ramaf.
Amol Gabar. Rapalma.
Khan. And what's today? The 4th, right? Yeah, today's the 4th of February, 2018. And what you got going on today is the dumbass Super Bowl. All right, that's rigged anyway. All right, but the point is the Super Bowl. Basically, this show is gonna be open based on open forums, current news articles, and what's going on in the state of the world today. But I want to point out that the Super Bowl's happening today, and what the Super Bowl is a tool from the elites. The powers that be. They use that Super Bowl to put hexes on the people in the stadium and also all over the world, man. So you got people who are kind of watching the Super Bowl, being distracted, while the government and Esau, the so-called white man, are passing laws, taking away your rights right behind your back as we speak, man. And that's how they always do. During the holidays or during the Super Bowl weekend, there's always stuff happening behind the scenes, man. And you just had, if not even a week ago, a few days ago, on the 31st, which is a super blue blood moon, man. All right? So that's another highly satanic day for these fucking devils, all right? But also is just a sign of what's happening now, okay? But the point is, during the Super Bowl, they put a lot of hexes on the people, on the whole nation, basically, by spells. You have demonic performances, man. And you could look up what the Super Bowl is about on the YouTube. They have a whole bunch of breakdowns through the past years. I remember one obvious one was a Madonna. She was dressed up like I think one of the ISIS or something like that.
Right. Yep.
ISIS, and that was highly demonic, and she was putting major hexes on the people in the audience and all over the world, and they have no idea. So all you people are under the spirit of Satan, man, and you being put spells on you, and you don't even know it. All right, but the men of the Lord, Lord willing, we are those men. We're making videos and prophesying of the coming destruction of America and all hell that's about to come, man. Everybody got scriptures?
Yeah, I got some. This is Isaiah 47:1. It says, you had that? It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon," which the virgin daughter of Babylon is America, man. You see that? I've been getting this scripture a lot, man. This scripture has been coming out lately a lot. Why? Because that is America, man. All right, that explains America to the T, and it continues. It says,
and even that dust that represents confusion.
Right.
That proves that that's Babylon, man. Oh, what's it say again?
It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon."
Yeah, virgin daughter of Babylon, right? First of all, you're a virgin because you've never been touched with war. It's about to go into that, all right? But that's about to change, man. You see tension rising in North Korea, tension rising in Russia, tension rising in Iran. All right, these places look down on America, man, and they're not scared of you fucking motherfuckers out here, man, and Americans. All right, so wars coming to the shores of America. All right, and not only that, this place is fucking confused, man. That's what that dust represents. That's why all you dummies, all right, you to have your pathetic identity, because you have an identity crisis. You try to fill it yourself with sports to make you feel like you're worth something. So all you people are being put spells on and hexes by the Super Bowl, man. That's part of that confusion, that Babylon, right? Because there's no virtue in that, man. There's no virtue in this fucking society. Nothing but confusion and dust, like the scriptures say. Babylon, all right?
Yeah, and showing you America is in the spirit of Rome again. That's the same thing what happened before Rome fell. I forgot the emperor's name at the time, but what did he do? He held a lot of events, all right? To distract the people.
Commodus?
What was it?
Commodus.
It might have been.
Yeah, he was into the gladiators.
Commodus.
He was into gladiators.
Yeah. Right.
The terminology is called bread and circuses, which bread and circuses means you distract the people through entertainment when you're hiding the true they're hiding reality.
Yeah.
Which your economy is getting is falling, it's collapsing.
Right.
The infrastructure of the place is collapsing.
Yeah.
The mind states of the people is at an all-time low. But you put entertainment out there like there's nothing going on.
Right.
Like war's not brewing.
Yes.
Nations aren't pissed off and ready to shoot bombs upon this place.
Like the dollar isn't getting weaker and weaker by the day, man.
Mm-hmm.
All it is a fucking distraction, man. And they put a lot of emphasis on the halftime show. Why? Because that's nothing but a big spell, man. Big spell on the people. Right. So it continues. It says, "O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans," man. And that's America, man. Because the Chaldeans were what? The ancient witches and warlocks in Babylon. And America is no different. The whole society is run on witchcraft and Satanism. The whole infrastructure on DC was constructed on what? Witchcraft and Satanism, man. All right, your leaders, man. Your leaders all the way down to your entertainers. What? They're all Satanists.
Pure Satanists, man. They call them agents of the devil. Basically, you got on the right side, you got the elect men. All right, the elect men or the chosen of the Yahweh Shema Shai. And on the left side, you got and the so-called elect too. You could call the celebrities the elect of the Satan side, man, or Satan's agents, so to speak.
The chosen of Satan.
Yeah, the chosen of Satan, like the brother said, like the elder said. You know, so that's what's going on. So that scripture is perfect, and that Super Bowl money, it's not a light issue, man. I've seen I got put onto it a few years ago. About 6 years ago, watching some footage on how satanic the Super Bowl is, man, and all the major hexes and spells they put on the people, man. They ain't nothing light, all right? And you people are under that. So that proves, like the brother saying through the scriptures, this is Babylon and Chaldeans, man. Right. America is the Chaldeans. They are those riches, those warlocks and witches reincarnated, and they practice it in all levels, man. You know, in your advertisement, in your Super Bowl, and your foods, your stupid ass commercials. You know,
that's why they pay up to. I looked it up yesterday at camp. They pay up to for a 30-second commercial. They pay $5 million.
Yeah, well, people
for 30 seconds, man.
Yeah,
a 30-second spot on the Super Bowl. They pay up to $5 million. Why? Because they know the TV is nothing but a way for you to brainwash the people to buy this or buy that or spend money on this. You know what I'm saying?
Like what you're saying, the whole reason the television was created wasn't for entertainment purposes. When you go into the history of the television, they knew that by putting a TV inside your home, that was the biggest medium they could use to program. TV itself is satanic, man. Propaganda. That's why.
Call it programming.
That's why it's called programming. That's why in this time period that we're living in is the most unproductive for the average person, man. Because back then, if you go into the ancient world, people, their whole lives was based upon outside agriculture, working, providing for yourself.
Yep.
Right now, you live in a society that you work to make other people rich. You know, you're not working for yourself. And the TV is basically a tool to program your children, program adults. You got people, instead of living their own lives, they'll sit down in front of a TV and watch so-called reality TV and watch other people's lives instead of going out there and experiencing themselves. Just going outside, walking in the sunlight, you know what I'm saying? Just enjoying what the Most High created. They got you trapped with the entertainment, man. Like the brothers going to about the bread and circuses. It's all distraction. Because if you really see what's taking place now in society, especially in these other worlds, you see that we headed to something serious. But the average person, like the get on Peter's, Peter's 3,
First power of the air.
When it says they're willingly ignorant.
Oh, okay.
See how these people are willingly ignorant to what we're saying, man. Because the old saying is that ignorance is bliss. People don't want to feel tension in their body. They don't want to feel upset. They don't. So they do everything possible to hide what's really taking place, man. Like the scriptures say about our people that they want to hear smooth things. You don't want to hear that the business that you've been building is going to be destroyed. All right, there's a chance that your mother, your father be put to death, your children be put to death. Nuclear destruction, famine. Go ahead.
There's a term for that, like I think normacy bias and cognitive dissonance.
Cognitive dissonance.
That's it. Yeah.
Predictive programming.
I got a quick precept for
Go ahead, man.
Because you were talking about getting around, and I'll just read it. This is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, 34 verse 9. It says, a man that have travelled knoweth many things.
Right, and you got basically with our people, they stuck, like they call it, the new term is the trap. You're in a trap, which really is a true saying, because they trap into these little ghettos and they think that's all that life is about. All right, a fancy car, so-called hood rat bitch that they got, all right, some jewelry, and they think that's the whole meaning of life.
It's a little box, yeah.
It's a little box. So they don't really don't experience the true nature of what the Most High created for us to enjoy. Go ahead.
Sirach 34:9. A man that have travelled knoweth many things, and he that have much experience will declare wisdom.
Will declare wisdom. In this society, what experience do people have, man? Is a false ideology that's set up for these people to believe in, man. Materialism. And our people, at our nature, we're not materialistic people. We're spiritual people. And that's why our people try to fill the void that's missing from not being connected with the Lord with excessive partying, drugs. Because they don't want to. Silence is a scary thing to most people, man. Most people can't deal with being somewhere that's silent. They need a TV on full blast. They need something in their surroundings to try to drown out the reality that they have to face. And if our people understood, the reason you're suffering is because of going against what the Lord set up. That's the whole purpose. What we live in now is basically our punishment for going against what Yahweh Shah set up. This is our punishment, man. And now as a learning experience also, because when you go in the scriptures, the Most High allowed this to happen so that we can learn how much benefit it is to serve Him and to follow His ways than serving things adverse to Him, man. Because going against the grain, what have we accomplished as a people? When you go into the scriptures about Abimelech, when he took Abraham's wife, Sarah, and because he thought that was his sister, because Abraham said, look, everywhere we go, you're going to do this good thing unto me. You're going to say that you're my sister. Because she was just that of an attractive woman. He was afraid that these people didn't fear the Lord, that they will kill him and take her. So he said, look, everywhere we go, you're going to say that you're my sister. And then when the angel came to Abimelech in a dream and said that you was a dead man. And he said, look, I did this in the innocence and integrity of my heart, because I didn't know that was this man's woman. And what the angel said, the Lord knew that. That's why I withheld you from sinning against me. So when you read that, why did the Lord stop Israel from sinning in general? When you go in the Apocrypha, it tells you that the Lord could have kept us from sinning, but that would defeat the whole purpose. This is a whole learning experience for the nation of Israel for the time that we're about to head to, man, when we're going to actually be perfect. That's
right. And that puberty stage is that spiritual power, man. You know, in the world they call that puberty stage when you're 13, 14, become a man.
Right.
Israel, or the elect, reaching that puberty stage, man, where we're growing up to our potential, what we're supposed to be, which is the elect is going to be the spiritual power, man, very soon. That's going to be that transformation, and we're going to have it forever, which the spiritual power is the spirit of Yahweh Shai overall, you know. But well, just to back up what you said on that, just a fact. Can you read that script again? That one in
go back to the 9th verse.
Just to back up with
Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus 34 verse 9. A man that have travelled knoweth many things, and he that have much experience will declare wisdom.
Yeah, so like the elder was going into, you're saying that what? Israel, you're trapped in a box, man. You know, you have a small mind, but you're much greater than that. But my point is that to back up that scripture, as a fact, they say traveling builds brain cells. You know, when you go to new environments, new parts of the world,
new experiences,
new experiences, and unconsciously, your brain, it's like downloading a new area in your head. So if you're stuck in an area, stuck in a box like the brother's going into, you ain't growing, man.
No growth.
I mean, you can go to college, go to read books, you know what I mean? You're book smart and all that, but until you travel, you know what I mean, and literally go in that area, taking that air, you know what I mean, taking that environment, and that experience, your brain is literally downloading new information, man.
Right. That's why you have ex-slaves that are on a higher mental level than people with 10 college degrees. You got people with our people, we dealing with our people who got master's degrees, all these type of degrees, but yet they can't fix the issues with their own people.
Yeah,
they think a degree is what equals intelligence. You had slaves that did more for humanity, ex-slaves and slaves that did more with the things they created for humanity than all these niggas that got college degrees. Your Cornel West, all these other political leaders, Jesse Jackson, your Martin Luther Kings
Yeah,
and
they
Reverend
do-
Jesse
they do
Jackson,
shit, man.
they haven't done shit. But how you have an ex-slave who can't even read have done things more beneficial for society than all these niggas with college degrees? It's all a piece of paper, man. It's all bragging rights. When people have a college degree, this is what they hold to separate themselves from their own people. Look, you niggas is just niggas, but I got a college degree, but you still a nigga in the eyes of the damn devil, man.
Mm-hmm.
The devil look at you just as a so-called educated nigga, but really you're not educated. The word educate means to draw out from within, man. Basically, relearn what you knew in your past life.
Mm-hmm.
You niggas ain't really being educated. True education is what we're doing. We bringing out of our people that we're the Israelites and that our duty is to worship Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and to follow the ways that he set up. See, the boundaries that the Lord set up to the average person, it seemed restricted, man. But Most High gave us boundaries, which is law, statute, commandments. And as long as you walk within them boundaries, you do got liberty. But in the eyes of the people, they think it's like this restricted. They think it's like this. You gotta, don't eat pork. Go ahead, brother.
Which goes back to the original discussion the brother was going into. Esau's witchcraft.
That's right.
That spell of thinking that, you know, keeping the ways of the Most High is wrong,
Right.
but living the ways of Esau is right.
And that's the devil's trick.
I got something real quick.
That's what he turned everything upside down.
You got something?
Yeah, it's just next verse.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, for sure. Ecclesiasticus 34:10. It says, and this is the next verse. It says, "He that hath no experience knoweth little." And if I may quickly say that, you know, Esau, man, he programs Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Like you was talking about the box. It's like, what do they call the TV? They call it the box.
The idiot too.
The idiot, the fool's box. So
Mm-hmm.
he programs what they see, what they hear, what they listen to,
How they act.
how they act.
Yep.
And these niggas don't fucking see that, man.
Yeah.
You know, they ain't got no experience, any wisdom, knowledge. He's controlling their senses, and the whole way they're acting is based on his psychological Masonic programming, man. He all set up for his Masonic cults and his different lodges and his councils, like the scripture says. And he's got these fucking jakes, you know, basically going off, man. You know.
Yeah.
Just to back your point, I'll get right back to you. Cause you're saying like basically being influenced, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you got niggas who they look up to today. Niggas like Lil Wayne, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have, just to back what you saying, you have a dude act like Lil Wayne, got the tattoos and the braids, and then still think he's unique.
Yeah.
Right. He still thinks I'm different. But nigga, you look just like the dude you fucking 15 albums you got in your car, man. You ain't unique. You learn that, you trying to be like somebody else. So which proves that what? Those are actual demons going on you, man. That those vibrations, you know? Just to back up this brother's point.
The image that is set up to be a so-called black person. That's the image. If you're not like that, then you ain't hip, you ain't a brother, you ain't cool. But when you go in the scriptures, you go into the book of Judges, there was an incident with Gideon, and some of his brothers got actually killed. And then he caught the men that killed his brothers. And Gideon was inquiring about it. He said, look, the men that you had in your possession, how did they look? And he said, look, they all resembled sons of a king. But now you look at our people, do they resemble royalty? They look like fucking lowlifes, man. But back then, this was a heathen nation describing what he saw when he saw an Israelite, man, which was the brothers of Gideon. He said, look, they all, if you can find that scripture, it says they resemble the children of a king, man. And that was our nature in the ancient world, man. That wasn't even the kingdom of heaven. That was just when we was established as a people and we knew that we was Israelites, man. It said they resemble children of a king. But now, like your brother said, you see our people, their mentality is a so-called hood mentality that if you're not like that, then you really ain't no brother. You ain't somebody that's cool. Which is all bullshit, man. That's why all the nations look down upon us, man. Even though they imitate us, but they have disdain for us, man. Because we're not carrying ourselves like our forefathers carried ourselves, man. You got it?
Yeah, I got some this is precept law. You find it?
Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 7. Matter of fact, I start at 6. It says, "For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed."
Right, because if the Most High had changed the fact that He set us up as a chosen people, it would have been done away with, man. All the sins and all the wickedness and the iniquities that we committed as a nation, the Lord would have cast us away. But He said, look, I changed not. The promise was already made. That's why when you read about the law, that was 430 years before, because you cannot disannul the promise that the Lord made to Abraham. Because if it was based off the law, then we wouldn't be a people of the Lord. But it's based off the promise, and the promise was made to our forefathers.
I got a quick precept, man. This is Ecclesiasticus 8:1. He was talking about how they used to look at us, and this is Ecclesiastes 8:1. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine.
And what was our wisdom? What was our understanding in the sight of the nations? You got it?
Nah,
yeah.
Scriptures.
Basically, there's the scriptures. Yeah, like you go into when Moses said, "These are the laws and statute commandments that the Lord has given to me to give to you as a people, and this is your wisdom and understanding the sight of the nation." Because we had these laws, man. All right, we had the law, statute, commandments, which really go back to the beginning. But now, through the Most High and Moses, giving it to Moses, that he cemented it in stone, and he had this constantly taught to Israel, man. When you go through the book of Numbers and Deuteronomy, it's basically repetition for a reason, man, to make these people understand this is what is required of you. Well, as long as you do these things, you're gonna be above all people.
I got that right. I got it right here. I told you. I got two for you, real quick. Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 1, verse 2. I'll say read. It says, Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power.
Right, we are the chosen people. The Lord says that he severed us from all these other nations, man. He cut us off from these people, man. The Lord never had it that we'll integrate with these people.
Yeah.
And our people like accepting people that's totally different than their spirit, man. Our spirit was to be perfect in the sight of the Lord and to be above all these nations.
Separate.
See, one of the tricks that these damn devils play is having people think about equality, treating everybody as the same. But yet, at the top, they don't look at equality. You think the Queen of England, the elites of Rothschilds and the Gettys and the Dubai, you think their mind is about being equal to us as a people? They're not thinking about equality. They do that on the lower scale to cause confusion, man, when they know damn well there's no such thing as equality. The Most High didn't create equality amongst Israel. Damn sure he didn't create equality amongst the other nations, man. Every Israelite ain't the same. The 2/3 is not equal to the elect. The 12 apostles is not equal to the rest. All right, they're above the rest of the nation of Israel. Like Yahushua is not equal to the 12. Yahushua is above the 12. The Most High is not equal to Yahushua. The Most High is above Yahushua. So the Most High deals with order. He deals with structure, and he created some people to be better than other people.
It just shows you how dumb you people are out there, man. That it proves that you're cattle. That you're literally cattle and copper tops, man. Because here it is, you've been convinced that everybody's equal, and that goes against common sense, man.
That's right.
It goes against common basic sense in your brain, man.
Nature.
The basic sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
Because even don't you have steps? If you want to get to the first order to the second, you have steps that go up there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and everything in life you can look at, there's steps, and like the brother was saying, even within Israel, there's an order. Even the number one order is the Most High, the Lord, man, woman, and children. That's an order. There's an order to everything. There's a high point and a low point. There's in everything. And people on earth is no different.
Right.
Which backs up this script. Let's read it again.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so, well, I'll read it and we'll talk. It says, for thou art an unholy people unto the Lord thy power, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people.
A peculiar, when you look at that word peculiar, it means strange or treasure. When you look up in the Blue Light Bible, it means the Lord created us to be a treasure to him, man. See, the Most High's affection is to the nation of Israel. That's why he gave us the most spunk, the most personality, the most charisma. He gave it to the nation of Israel with a purpose, man. That's why when we actually focus and put our hands to do something positive, it outshines all these other nations. That's why Esau doesn't go out hindering these other nations. He don't stop Moab from achieving shit because he knows Moab is not as good as us as a people. That's why he does things to hinder us behind the scenes. See, the hatred that he showed during the civil rights movements is still there, but he does it subvertly, man. Because he knows that if he let these people go and achieve things, they're going to overpass them, man. Because they know the true history. They know how we took them down, all right? The pagan Roman Empire. They know that how our forefathers, our ancestors came into their government, all right, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and overtook their government and overtook their whole society. And they was exiled to the caves. And that's in the scriptures, man, when it speaks about there was a chain wrapped around them, all right, the chain for the bottomless pit, and Esau was bound. That's all according to prophecy, man. That's a time. That's one of the darkest time of Edom's history. And that's why he goes out his way to make it seem like it was trillions of years ago, the caveman and evolution, all that bullshit. Which is it was less than 2,000 years ago when you crackers were trapped in a cave in a base-like mindset.
Quick precept.
Go ahead.
Exodus 1:9. And he said unto his people, behold, this people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens.
And it was always fair for us as a people in our first captivity. That's what brought on our slavery, because they was afraid. The ones the king that rose up that knew not Joseph, he was afraid. He seen how we was multiplying, how we was becoming such a great people, and that put fear in him, man, because he knew that, wait a minute, if we allow these people to flourish, they're going to put us in slavery, man. So he took the initiative and said, look, we're going to put these people down before they get a chance to get up over us, man. And that's how these damn devils think, man. They're not looking for you niggas to achieve anything, man. See, these lesser crackers, they just think you niggas ain't shit. But these top elites know who we are as a people, and they know what we can achieve, especially when we spiritually aligned with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's why they do everything in their power to have us embrace Satanism, embrace witchcraft, embrace homosexuality, embrace everything outside of scriptures, because they know once we align with the scriptures and then we start calling upon the Lord gonna fight for us, man. That's the biggest thing that they don't want. But the Most High always has a remnant that he set up. When he told Elijah that he had 7,000 men that will not bow the knee to Baal. So the Most High throughout our generation always have a remnant that's not going to convert to the ways of the society that they're living in or enslaved under. Just like through the Spirit, the Most High brought us out of darkness. Because this world is all about darkness. It was not that we chose to come into truth, but the Most High chose to reveal himself unto us and pull us away from the fire, from what you said?
From the filth.
From the filth, man, which is this world, man. Because you look at we was all like these fucking niggas, man.
Filthy.
All right, filthy. We ain't know what the fuck was going on. You think you chasing money, chasing women, prestige and props and all that shit, which is all bullshit, man. Once you understand who you are as a people, you know now, all right, now it's time for me to do what I can to get in the graces of the Lord.
I appreciate that. And this is Proverbs 15 and 24. It says, the way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. The Lord, man, is bringing us out of all that. The Lord's giving us this wisdom, man. We think, the way we think, all the Akim globally, and the spirit that the Lord's put on us, man, we think higher than the way Esau has made these niggas think, or just how these wicked niggas think, and the demons have got these niggas thinking. You know, the Lord's give us the mercy and the riches of this gospel, which you know, that puts us above all the people on the planet. You know, we might be in the lowest estate, you know, but we've got the knowledge which really separates us from all the people on the planet, man. So we just got to hold the faith and keep it going, because, you know, that eventually that's going to be manifest into the whole world, what we're doing, man. They see what we're doing, they see we've got the light, but we just haven't got the physical, you know, things that, you know, the tangible shit to go with it, man. You know, we're physically, we're at the bottom, we looked at the scums, but we got the real riches, you know, which has brought us out of every demonic avenue. Esau set up jail, death, drugs, simping, adultery, you know, abominable foods, you know, all the different avenues.
And that's why Yahushua said that he prayed to the Lord, says that he's glad that the Lord hid this from the wise and prudent and give this unto the babes. When you look at babes, it means something that's insignificant, man. Which is us as brothers in the truth. We looked at it as ain't nothing, man. So that's why the Lord, Yahushua said, I thank you, Father, that you hid this from these other people, man. All right, the Most High is not dealing with the prestigious people in the society, your celebrities, your athletes, and your lawyers, and your doctors. The Most High ain't dealing with them, man, because they're full of pride, man.
No,
the Most High.
That's the next verse. It's the next verse. This is the 25th verse. The Lord will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the widow, and the house of the proud is who? That's Esau, man. You know, Hollywood, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. The way they don't live around Jake, and they're exalted to the heavens. All the buildings and the decadence, you see, they're the ones that own that, and they're behind that, man. They're not trying to hear these scriptures. All they want is the praise and the glory of this wickedness that's going on. That's why anytime the Rothschilds, Rockefellers doing them top ornate gatherings, you got lower level celebrities kissing their ass and stuff like that if they know where they are.
Yeah.
That's all they're into, man. That's why that whole selling out, there's like levels to, okay, that actor, he's been doing this, he's got that accolade, and this, you know, it's all bullshit, man. It's all demonic, you know. I'll read the next verses, and you know, this is the 26th verse. It says, "The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord." Like the brother was talking about. He was talking about how everything Esau thinks is demonic, man. So his whole plan of a new world order and making Jake go off and trip up and eat pork and break the law and not knowing, that's all abominations to the Lord. That's abominations, because when you read Ezekiel 37, the prophecies was that the Lord was going to make us wake, not put us to sleep. So any nigger out there that's promoting death, destruction, and pollution, come on, man. He's, you know, what's his end? You know?
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, I was trying to say, he that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword. So if you live by that way and manner of living, you're going to die by that same way, manner of living. Like the scripture say in Peter's, seeing that all these things are going to come to pass, what manner of man ought ye to be?
That's right.
In all holy conversation, you know? Because
That's the next verse as well, man. I'll back you up quick. That's the spirit, man.
keep going.
This is Proverbs 25:26. It says, "But the words of the pure are pleasant words."
That's right. And the words we speak are pleasant to the ears of the elect.
Yeah.
But to other people, it's like you scratching on a chalkboard, man.
Yeah.
When you hear don't even do it, when you hear how you're supposed to conduct yourself, to the people of the world, it's like heavy metal to them. To
Yeah.
us, it's like a playing of a harp,
Beautiful
man.
song.
Sound doctrine.
It's a sound, like the brother said, it's sound doctrine. But to the people of the world, it's grievous to them, man. Because our people have pleasure and wickedness. See, once you understand that Esau didn't make Jake wicked, because sometimes brothers say that Esau sets the way the society set up, but Jake was wicked before we was even in this setup. There's a wickedness of our people that got us in this predicament that we're in now. Before Esau had dominion over us, man. When you go to the book of Judges, you go to, even when you go to when we left out of Egypt, man. When we left out of Egypt, our people had no faith at all. Matter of fact, get Deuteronomy 29.
Mm-hmm.
When the Most High was speaking to our people, he said, look, no, Moses was speaking to our people, and he told basically the children of Israel that after I die, I already know what you're going to do. And the Most High told Moses, he said, look, once you're gone, you're going to see what these people is really about, man. And it was a fact that Moses told them, like, look, I see what you did when I was alive, man. I seen the unbelief and the lack of faith that you had when I was with you. How much more when I died, man? Our people, majority of our people wasn't given to truly worship Yahweh Shem Yahshua. It was only given to a certain amount of the Israelites, man. And those are the ones that came up after the Lord killed that generation that came up out of Egypt in the 40 years of the wilderness, man. You got it?
I got a quick precept.
Bring it out, brother.
This is 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him that hath called you out of darkness.
Right.
Yeah, so that goes to show you that it's not for everybody. So he chose us out of darkness, because when we were in the world, you know, we don't choose Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yahweh Shem Yahushua chooses us, you know. And then it continues on, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Heavenly Father. And which what I was going into, that, you know, we don't choose Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So you got people that say, oh, you know, I chose God, you don't choose, you know, and that goes to show you that it's not for everybody. You know, and it's a blessing for us to receive, you know, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of this truth. And, you know, the scripture does say, many are called, but few are chosen.
I got you right here. Back up. Back up, we said we were unchosen, right? I mean, the Lord chooses us. Here to back up, you can break it down. Same St. John chapter 15, verse 16, it says, ye have not, this is out of the Lord's mouth, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you.
Exactly what I was just going into. So you got people that really think that they could go out of their way and seek the Lord. No, the Most High can put the Spirit on you and choose you out of the darkness and bring you into the light. Like, it actually goes into that too. I want to continue. Go ahead.
It says that ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain.
And how are we bringing forth fruit? Going out in the highways and byways, preaching this truth to try to wake up the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. That's how we're bringing forth fruit. You know, it's not given to everybody to receive this blessing. It's a true blessing from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yeah, and that key word is chosen. You know, it's very simple, man. You know, like the scripture say, one of my favorite scriptures, Proverbs 8 and 11 or 8 and 9. It is plain to him that understandeth. All right, and it is, all right, to the elect it is. And chosen simply means to choose. And when you choose, you're choosing, it doesn't say everybody. You're choosing from a group or something. Yeah, a group. Cosmos. You know?
Yeah.
So come, yeah. So it says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you.
So whatever you ask, you know, if you're lacking faith, you know, pray on it. If you're lacking the understanding, pray on it. You know, whatever it is that you ask for, in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, he'll bless you with that. You know, but it's only for a selected few. It's not for everybody. You know?
And then notice, it's like it. And then notice it said, as far as your fruit. Could you read that? Yeah, that first part.
It says, St. John chapter 15, verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you.
Right. So that fruit is what? That knowledge, right? So we're not. So he gave us information that we're supposed to spread, to push out, not hold on to it. All right. Now, how do you push it out? You have to actually do the work. Okay. You actually have to go out there in the highways and byways and preach. You actually have to do shows. This internet is a good tool to push the truth out, man. That's the reason why the internet was created. It wasn't to watch big booty videos all damn day, you know, with hoes twerking. It's the reason why the internet was created, to push the truth out there to the elect of the nation of Israel, not to just sit on it. Right?
I've got a precept on that.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 62 and 6. I've set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night.
Right, and those watchmen are what? The prophets of the Most High, man. Because anytime before a nation or kingdom falls, what does the Most High do? He sets out his watchmen, the keepers that are supposed to watch and care for the nation of Israel, and he brings them out there as a warning, man. All right, why? Because we're supposed to watch the nation of Israel. Right? Read that part again.
I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem,
right,
which shall never hold their peace day nor night.
They never hold their peace day nor night, man. And you can wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and watch a brother live streaming or put up a new show.
Yeah.
You know, this truth is, you know, is vast, man.
Constant.
Right?
Ye that
constant flowing, living waters, right?
You can't keep the elect quiet, man. The elect is not going to be quiet.
That's right.
They always got something to say.
Yeah, there's plenty to say.
There's plenty to say. The harvest is plenteous.
Yeah, the laborers few, man.
The laborers are few. Slacking, brother.
Slacking, bro. That's why the apostles start beginning.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brothers talk it, but nobody's really doing it, man.
Yeah.
You know, the more this word go out, man, is the closer we get to the kingdom. The more the elect get sealed, man.
That's right.
You know? No. It's all right,
you good, brother?
Yeah. The water, it's cool. Yeah.
Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give them no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Right. So the time that the prophets, the elect of the nation of Israel, are going to rest is in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Oh, you said do it?
All right? That's when we're going to rest. That's when we'll have total comfort, man. And that's when we can kick back and relax. But until that happens, we got to do the work, man.
That's right.
You know?
I got
That was
something.
it, right?
Yeah.
We call this the internet script. Back to what you're saying. Psalms chapter 19, verse 1. I'll read a few verses. It says, the heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone their line is gone out through all the earth.
Right, like the brothers that's the internet scripture, man. That's why the internet, like the brother Nas was saying, that's why it was created, man. You know, that's why it's created. Everything points to the destruction of the so-called white man.
That's right.
You know, the scriptures say that declaring the end from the beginning. All right, everything is set up. You know, this is the Most High's theater. All right, everything was set up so the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, can have the so-called, have all these nations rule. All right, so they all had a chance, man. You know, but we at the end of this thing, man. And the reason why like we get into the internet was not created for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you know, online Amazon shopping. All right, it was for this purpose, man. You know, it was for this purpose, the unicorn. All right, the internet, the web. All right, the net. You know?
I was off the top again for you.
Go on.
It's Psalm chapter 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork.
Right, in the heavens, what is out there in the heavens that allowed his word to go from point A to B, B to C, from this server to that server, and intercept it from the different networks, man. That's them satellites, all right? Which is known as the unicorn in the scriptures. That's the satellites. That's how the heavens are declaring the work of the Heavenly Father. All right, the reason why we're able to sit here and watch TV, go on our smartphones, it all goes back to the signals that's being sent and transmitted throughout the heavens, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
Because once it's out there, it's out there. That's why you gotta be careful what you put on the internet. And you hear that all the time. People say be careful what you put on the internet. Because once it's out there, man. It's out there. All right, you can put in any word search. Somehow, somewhere, your videos in it. Matter of fact, they call it the cloud. All right, they call it a cloud. Like if you got some information saved on your phone, your computer, or whatever, you can save it to the cloud. All right, you can send all that information to that satellite and delete your phone, delete all your information. But then when you're ready to retrieve it again, all right, you put back your information, your password, your email, and then the cloud will send it right back to your phone. Show you that Esau got all of our information, man.
Yeah.
Esau got the drop on everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's all good though, because what's more important is it's truth.
That's right.
All the other shit, you know, you taking selfies and all that, that's irrelevant. What's important is doing the work of the Most High and sending that to this damn devil. You know, the scriptures say give him no rest. Why the hell we gonna give Esau rest when this damn devil ain't giving us no rest?
That's right.
How many of us in this room, you know, cannot work but still have a roof over our head? All right, we ain't giving this cracker no motherfucking rest, man. You know, that's why the spirit must compel you to do these videos, man. Curse him out. You know, bring out these scriptures, and once in a while you literally do curse him out, man. Start dropping F-bombs on this damn devil, man. You know, give him no rest. These elites are not resting.
Oh, precept.
Yeah.
Quick precept.
Yeah, so which is the damn devil.
Yes, sir. 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
And first and foremost, that goes into the spiritual demon Satan, man, because in this truth, you know, we all in this thing for one reason, that's for salvation. Nothing else. No, it's not a popularity contest. It ain't nothing else but for salvation, man. All right, but in the midst of all of that, just like the Most High servant Job, Satan is doing exactly what he did when he went to present himself to the Most High. He ain't stopped. Job was just given as an example as to what's really going on, man. All right, so Satan, the adversary, the devil, all right, is going about seeking whom he may devour. And guess who was his number one target? The elect.
That's right.
That's the number one target. These niggas already giving up to Satan, man. You know, they vulnerable. That's why it's easy for them to be drug dealers, gangbangers, adulterers, faggots, you know, all wickedness under the sun. Because they're already giving up to Satan. Now, Satan trying to get those that are hard to get. Just like Job. You know what I'm saying? Job was hard to get. You know? You ain't get Job. You know? And when Satan ain't gonna get you, he's gonna try to get the people around you. You know?
That's right.
What did Yahushua say to Peter? He said Satan
Desires
desired to sift you like wheat.
That's right, man.
So Satan was trying to hinder Peter, but Yahushua said, look, I pray for you. So prayer is an important part of it to fasting and prayer to overcome certain hurdles. So Yahushua said, I pray for you, Peter. He said, when you're strengthened, then you strengthen other people that you might see that Satan might be trying to hinder them, man. Because at the end of the day, like the brother's saying, at the end of the day, the ones the Most High chosen, ain't too much you could do. Really, there's nothing you could do. You only gonna be like a fly in somebody's ear. You know, a fly in somebody's ear buzzing, you just swat it. That's all you could do is just little nag. All right, all you could do is really nag. But at the end of the day, the Most High is gonna preserve the one He chose, because it all falls into who the Most High chose to be saved. And who the Most High chose to be destroyed.
Because the scriptures say He will have mercy upon whom He will have mercy.
That's right.
And also, too, to add two things, brother. You said pray for Peter, but Yahushua also said, I pray for them. I pray not the world, which that was Peter in there, too.
That's right.
When he was talking to his disciples, which where anything that applied to the disciples applied to your elect today.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And what he also said that if it be possible, Satan would deceive the very elect.
Right.
But it is not possible because Yahushua prayed to his Father. He put in a request for these men.
Right.
You know, don't touch these men. Please, hey, Father, please protect these men. And guess what? Lord, that's why we pray we of the elect, because Yahushua blood would have been for our sakes, you know?
Yeah, Yahushua said He ain't prayed to take them out of the world. But that you be with them while they're in, because we gotta be in this world, regardless. It's not like we come from a remote locations during the week and just come into the world then. But the rest of the week we somewhere in the fucking jungle somewhere living righteously. And then for one day out of the week we come in and we gotta live day to day in this fucking world. We gotta suffer this world. That's why when he speaks about Lot, and that when the conduct that he's seen in the midst of living in Sodom and Gomorrah, the wickedness that he's seeing, say it vexed him, man. The same way we gotta live and see all these different abominations. Like when we see him coming down to camp, the nigga basically was dressed like a bitch. He had a perm hair. He had basically he was dressed like a straight up fucking bitch. That's a vexation, man. This is the things that Lot had to see that we're seeing, all these abominations, because we're in the world, but we're not of the world, man.
I wish I had to see it. He said, you know, a man acquainted with grief.
That's right.
You got to see all the sellouts and all the hypocrites of his people.
That's right. And he knows Yahushua had the true understanding of what it meant to be completely righteous. He's the only one that ever walked this earth to know have the true understanding of what it means to be completely perfect. Because the scriptures say we all fall short of the glory. But because of mercy, the elect is going to be delivered. But Yahushua, he walked that fine line in perfection. And the scripture tells you that everything that man was tempted with, he was tempted with, man. So Yahushua just wasn't just breezing through life. All right? He knew he went everything that you think you went through, or temptations or desires that you thought you had. He had to go through it and he conquered it. So go ahead, speak, bro.
The proof is that he got angry, man.
He got angry. That's right.
Here's the proof. Matthew's come on.
So he conquered sin in the flesh. It tells you that. That anything that you was tempted with, he got tempted with, man. All right? Because he was in the flesh. So he had desires, the same desires that you think, I'm just going through this. Yahushua went through that, man. But guess what? The body that was given to him, the spirit that was given to him, which was the fleshly heart, was given to him to conquer sin in the flesh, man. Because everything you go through, the Lord went through it, man. He went through all that, but it was given to him. It's not given to us to be perfect in the flesh in this society. It was given to Yahushua. That's why the scripture said, sacrifice and offering that were not, but a body that has prepared for me, which is the body of Yahushua, which is the body that we're going to get in the world to come. All right? The fleshly heart, because right now we got the stony heart.
That's right. Gotcha. Yeah, because you mentioned the Lord is our example. He overcame just like the electors overcome. That's right. Okay, because we are to say we have the same mind as Yahushua, as anointed. Okay, so it's St. John chapter 16 verse 33. It says, "These things I've spoken unto you," this is the Lord Himself. "These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation."
And that's what we go through on a constant basis, whether it's brothers at their jobs, brothers with their children and their women, brothers in general outside, the peace that this truth gives us, because the truth gives us hope of better things to come, because we know that there's an end to what the fuck is going on. See, the people in the world, they just going through a cycle, man. They think, look, I gotta get my education, I gotta get this business, I gotta make money. But it's really of none avail. Like the people by nation, they going out to prove themselves to who? They're trying to prove themselves that they're better than their own people. I got this education, I got this money, I got that. Then what does that have value, man? It don't mean shit.
Right before collapse.
Right before collapse. So we're not here to prove ourselves to you people. We're not here to prove our worth. We're here waiting for the Lord to bring us salvation, man. Go ahead.
And it says, these things I've spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace.
And we do have peace through this word. Like I was saying, through the Spirit, that we're looking forward to something, man.
Mm-hmm.
What are these people in the world looking forward to? Your next concert, your next party. BS, man. We're looking forward to the rest, man. So that's our hope, is that we're looking forward to something instead of just living. People don't know what the fuck they're alive for. Yeah. Just getting high, drinking, and fucking, and just bullshit. That's it. That's what life is all about. Even brothers in the truth know, before the truth, you knew that it was more to life, man. Yeah. And that's what draws you to the truth, asking questions within yourself. What the fuck is this thing all about?
Yeah.
And the scripture say, you ask and you shall receive. The Most High reveal himself, because it's all about who the Most High choose to reveal himself to. Because they're like, in the world, they tell you that I found the Lord. That's all bullshit. It's Yahushua through the Most High revealing himself to you, man.
Well, they found Caesar.
If
anybody saying that, they ain't finding Yahushua.
That's right.
Yeah. You know, they found Caesar or Buddha or somebody.
God of this world.
God of this world, that's right.
And like Brother Sam was saying, like that peace represents, well, what gives us that peace within Yahushua? To say that means the salvation. That's how we're at peace, the elect. Because we know at the end of the day, all of the famine, the race riots, the destruction, the mayhem, the trouble, the tribulation, we at peace, man. We feel, the elect we feel comforted through this. It says, in me. Who's in me? It's Yahushua. Because we know within his name, within his spirit, we're going to be all right. We got that peace, that sound mind. Like it says in, was it 2 Timothy's or 1 Timothy's? The Lord hasn't given a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. If you go into that word sound mind, it means discipline, right? And another name for the disciples were disciplinaries, man. Discipline in what? The law, statutes, commandments. So that peace represents what? At the end of the day, we know if we do what we're supposed to do in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Eshad, we're gonna be saved in them chariots, man. So we have that peace and that peace and that comfort within Yahweh Shai. Okay? He gives you that sound mind.
You go to work.
Come. You know, we're not, you know, we know at the end of the day what's gonna happen if we do what we're supposed to do. Okay? Okay.
This is Colossians 3:15. And let the peace of the Heavenly Father rule in your hearts.
Yeah, see, your mind. You know? Your mind.
To the which also ye are called in one body. And
ye are called in one body. Because to be called, first of all, to be called, you have to answer. And how do you answer? By repenting. You know? If you're called and you answer by repenting, which means you acknowledge the loss, man. You acknowledge you went off. You're not right. All right. That's what repent means. Back, sorrowful. Or penitentiary. Word penitentiary comes from repent, which means sorrowful. What are you sorry about? All the bullshit you've done in your past life, and you acknowledge the loss. So you're actually repenting. And now, when you acknowledge the loss, right? Because the scriptures say, "If those who love me, they keep my commandments." Man, the laws are the commandments. So all that, they're all one in one, man. And when you get into that, that's the body of overall. That's the body of Yahweh Shemi Hashai. You know. That was it.
I got it. Let the word of Yahushua dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns.
Yeah, teaching and admonishing one another. Teaching, admonishing which means to warn. So if you're not warning your fellow Israelites, man, all right, about what's to come, the famine. Well, number one, the so-called white man is the devil of the earth, all right, and he's trying to basically wipe you out, wipe you off. The other nations are not the chosen. The nation of Israel is the chosen. Furthermore, there's an elect. You know, this is all part of a. Read that again.
Okay. It says, "Let the word of Yahushua dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another."
Yeah, that's part of the teaching and admonishing, man. So if you're not doing any one of those, it's like being basically going into prophecy too, like the apostles calling this year the year of prophecy, which is the key to a man of the Lord, man. The Revelation 19 was around 19 and 12, I think.
10.
19:10. The spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy, man. Period. All right. So that's part of the teaching too. And what are you warning them? Warning them about the future prophecies, man. You know, warning about ultimately the nuclear destruction. Okay, if you ain't fucking teaching that, man, you're not a man of the Lord. You're not an elect, or you're not striving to be. All right, so all your fucking camps talking about the so-called white man could be saved, you're done for, man, because that's the worst thing you can fucking say. All right, talking about anything besides prophecy, man, you're finished, man.
That's right.
And that time is coming. This time is coming this year, man. This time is coming, man. That's it.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
It says teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs.
Yeah,
singing.
Psalms, which is the Psalms is known as the comforter, basically. All scriptures are comfort your spirit. You know, the Psalms covers everything, man.
The whole scriptures is a music.
It's a song.
Go ahead.
I was holding it. I ain't bring it out, but
Yeah, well,
I
go
just
ahead.
mentioned it. It's I'll just read it out. Real quick. So like
Yeah, that's all.
the pipe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is Matthew 11 verse 17. I'll just go to the point. It says, "In saying we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced, we have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented." And that's referring to the 2/3 of our people, man. This music these words that we're bringing out is a music, man. And the only ones that are not dancing to it are the 2/3 because they're not in agreement with it, man.
Like
They
the
can't
scripture
just
said
jive
that,
with
Never
it.
hear the tunes, man.
Yeah.
not to cut you off, the scripture said that the only ones that could learn it was the 144,000.
Right.
It's not that
Yeah.
it wasn't meant for them to dance to it.
Right.
All right, it got to be sung to them.
Yeah.
All right, but it's not meant for them to hear the tune.
They don't like the beat.
Yeah, because it wasn't meant for them to catch it.
Yeah.
All right, it was given. That's how the Most High. This is why a lot of people in the world, once they get the true understanding of the scriptures and how the Most High deals, they're offended at that fact.
Right.
That the Lord, what kind of God is this? He created all these people, and then what?
Yeah.
And it fucks people's heads up. Instead of just saying, "Well, if this is what the Lord wants, I'm going with the Lord wants."
Yeah.
They don't think like that. They just get offended. They get offended. Like, what kind of God is this?
Like light.
Like, what kind of God is this? Why would you create
Why are we
these people?
following the Bible then?
Yeah, exactly. Why are we following the Bible?
But life shows that though. Just
Yeah.
like when you have, let's say you start a business, you know what I mean, and you want to be somebody ahead of your business, and you're working with 5 guys, you're gonna choose one guy to be your main man or your partner or be a manager. Everything has a choice.
Yeah.
So that's no different. So the Lord chose 1/3, the people who believe, have the faith, and then He has the elect.
The people He was given to believe.
Yeah, given to
Because
believe. Yeah,
the 1/3 believes because that's what the Most High chose. It had nothing to do, like the scripture says about Jacob and Esau, that they not even being born, that the promise may be fulfilled, the election. It has nothing to do with the individual person, but what the steps that the Most High chose for each person to walk, man. Because the elect, whoever they may be, was chosen to believe. All right, it's not like you did something. It's not like you made a choice. It's what the Lord chose for you.
I got it real quick if you want it.
Go ahead.
This is Romans 9:11. It says, "For the children not yet being born, neither have done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh, according to the election, might stand."
So even before Jacob and Esau was born, it was already determined. That's why it was told that the elder shall serve the younger. It had nothing to do with what they was going to do in their past life. When you go to the scriptures, you got our people did all manner of wickedness, but yeah, at the end, the Most High still going to choose them, man. Because that's why that was His pleasure from the very beginning, man.
That's right.
Going back to our previous point about this being a learning experience for the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
And it says that the purpose of Yahweh, according to the election, may
And
stand.
that's what it boils down to the purpose of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is what He chose to do. At the point when the Most High was for Dolo, he was by himself, before He created Yahushua and everything that He thought and how He was going to create things, and then He created Yahushua and then He gave orders to Yahushua to create the other angels and create the universe and everything. This is what He imagined and how He wanted to play out. You're beefing with us. See, we were created to be Israelites because that's what the Most High chose. The Most High chose to create these people. The people that look down upon this side, He chose that, look, this is going to be my people.
Sure.
And these other people are going to serve my people, and my people are going to serve me. And that's what it all boils down to. People.
Quick precept.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 20:24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
That's what people say. I choose to do this. I choose to do that. But what if I pull? It's no free will. Yeah, Dwight Camp said that years ago. What if I pull a gun out and shoot you right now? Is it my will? There's no such thing as free will, man. All right, the Most High sets up the path. Like the scripture, even us being a part of His truth was not free will. We didn't choose to do this. It's the Most High chose it for us. And the only hope you have is that the Most High choose you to continue unto the end.
That's right.
Because it has nothing to do, when you read about the hour of temptation, Yahushua said that I'm going to keep you. It has nothing to do with what you want to choose to do and this, that, and third. It's about what the Lord is going to choose for you. And He has certain men chosen to deny everything that society has to offer, the RFID chip, to the very bitter end. And you got some people that He chose to say, fuck them, man. And this is what pleases Him. It has nothing to do with what you want or what you believe. And that's what people try to incorporate with the Bible, what they believe and what they think righteousness is, man. You read the scripture for what it is. He has certain situations, Most High sentences to certain Canaanite country, He chose to kill every fucking body, man. You got a problem with that? This is Yahweh Shemel Shai giving the order. Said, look, you go in that city, you kill fucking women, the animals. There's a reason He said that, man. But then other cities, He'll say, look, you kill the men, but take the women that ain't have no men, you take them unto yourself. You take the cattle. Why do you think He did that? There's a reason for everything the Lord did. It was an absolute reason why He said it, man. But it wasn't for us to ask Him why. You just do what the fuck the Lord tell you to do, man. And that's what people have a problem with. They want to know why this, why that, why the Lord want it. None of your fucking business.
They want to be in control.
He's above all, man. He sees things for what it is, so He knows how to guide you and how things should be.
What's right and wrong.
And what's right and wrong.
The scriptures say, who art thou to reply against the Most High?
That's right.
The scriptures also say in Isaiah 55:8, my thoughts are not your thoughts.
Exactly.
Neither your ways my ways.
That's right.
As the heavens are above the earth, so are my ways above your ways.
That's right.
Yeah. Pathetic worm.
That's right.
Creeping thing.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how the Most High looks at man, as a creeping thing.
It's like you look at you're looking at these little worms, or look at you watching it. That's how the Heavenly Father's, looking at us, man.
Yeah.
He's watching, He knows what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
What we're about to do, how we're gonna do it. Men might lift a bit of weights and do a bit of boxing and think, oh, look, I'm strong.
Yeah.
And all that. And they don't know when they're getting ready to cough, take a shit. Yeah. They need some water. I need some water.
Yeah, I'm dying.
They might cough a bit. You might have the biggest muscles. Yeah. You need some water, man. You're about to lay on his back.
Yeah, ready to give up.
I got a quick precept, man. That's right. This is Proverbs 21:1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and every aspect and facet of society and of the whole world, and the Lord owns and creates, man.
That's right.
So even the kings, you got these people, they don't know what's going on. Even the demons, the Lord controls the demons. The Lord controls the elites that we're against. So you got to fall in line with the plans of the Lord, man. Because no matter what you think as a man, all the prophecies, it's already written. That Esau going into slavery, Babylon being destroyed. Yeah. that's all written down, man.
Set in stone.
It's already set. Yeah. So these people that are, all bogged out and trying to walk after their own lust, man, you're written of as well. The Bible says in the last days there should be scoffers, that's you guys.
That's right.
And you don't even know that. You think you're proud. You think, yeah, I got this. You ain't got nothing. The only thing you got is an ICBM missile that's registered for your DNA, mate. It's gonna zap you. That's all that's gonna happen. I got two big ones.
I got do you think, man? Surah 10:18. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman.
Yeah, men are proud. They think, look, I can make a table. I can do this. I can, they might have a job title. They might have a prestigious, especially in Esau's world. You could have the stupidest title to be a king in this world, man.
Yeah, sure.
Like these managers, own companies, they don't even doing shit. They're just walking around with a business suit.
Municipal manager. They have pride in that. I'm just backing you up to say. I'm a manufacturer council instructor.
Yeah, you can be
what the fuck is that, man?
Who's the wisest man on earth? Stephen Hawking, a fucking paralytic that can't even cure himself. Can't even cure himself.
And the reason he don't believe in the Most High, because at one point that cracker was normal. And the Most High destroyed him, man.
Yeah.
To the point that motherfucker could talk to a computer box, man. He can't even wipe his own fucking ass, but he's a most
Prestigious
highly held
scholar, professor.
astrophysicist, what the fuck he is. The highly held intellect of the world, but he can't be
Wipe his ass.
take his hand and wipe his own ass, man. And he can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
And that's why he has a disdain for the Most High. He goes out his way to disprove that God exists. Anybody that has any type of senses knows no way in hell this thing that we're living can come to existence without somebody creating it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got fucking androids and AI. So you like, wait a minute. These devils could create an artificial intelligence that could think so-called on its own, but yet you're not gonna say, wait a minute, if I could do this, obviously it's something above my head that created me. But they don't think like that. They think, oh well, we're just that fucking great. You create artificial intelligence. You're an artificial intelligence, man.
Exactly.
That Yahweh Hashem Yahshua created. And you fucking devils, which the Most High gave you intelligence above his people for a reason. So that this time that we're living in could be fulfilled, man. Because you're a fucking beast, man. You're a base person, man. And the Lord took you from a low state to show his power that he fucking raised you damn devils up, man.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that our people ain't the way they were because the Most High had to diminish them so you could shine, man. That's the only reason.
Quick
If
precept.
the Most High kept us the way we was. Go ahead, brother.
This is Proverbs 21:2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes.
And that's the motherfuckers in the world, man. They think the way they fighting for gay rights. They fighting for abortions. They actually think that what they're doing is right, man. The woman has the right to choose. The woman has the right to do this. The homosexuals is love, and this and that and third. And they think that's the right way. Yeah. Because that's how they've been programmed, man. You've been programmed to follow this agenda, man. A lot of things that take place now, generations ago would have been unaccepted. 150 years ago would have been unaccepted, man. 150 years ago, a man couldn't wear a fucking dress and walk down the street and be accepted by his fellow citizens, man. You'd have been abhorred. You'd have been detested. You'd have been put to death, man. But in this society, slowly through each generation, they break you down. They break you down. They break you down. And they do it through their TV. All right? They make you laugh at shit that's saying not right.
School system also.
The school system also. When they took the men out the house, the women went to work, and at the beginning, the woman taught the children the ABCs and shit like that. It was no kindergarten, pre-kindergarten. You send your kids to learn. That was the woman's job, man. She taught them how to fucking count, and the father was out working. And then when the son was at a age to go out, he will learn the trade of his father. The daughters will learn how to cook, sew, and tend to the household from the mother. And that's how it was, man. Now you got a lot of people fucking confused. I got a liberals arts degree. What the fuck is that? They don't know what they want to do in life because they got these so-called options and they don't know what to do. Then they'll go to school and finish school and still don't know what the fuck to do. You go to fucking 4 years of school, you're done, you got all this debt, and then you sit here working in a regular job. But this is how they set you up, man. You're supposed to go to what your father set up, man.
System.
Say that again?
System.
The system, which is a trap. That's how they trap our people up, man. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 29:16. It says, y'all saw anybody?
Yeah, putting y'all out in
Yeah, brother.
Right.
No, it's past.
All right, fast.
Okay.
Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
And that's what the so-called white man did. He took everything that the Most High set up, which was right side up, and he turned it upside. That's why we live in the mirror world, man.
Yeah.
All right, we live in a world that's not the way it's supposed to be. So go ahead and speak.
The upside down.
The upside down, man. We live in a world that this is not how it's supposed to be, but people are starting to accept it as the normalcy, man. All right, women being with multiple men. This is the only society that accept that shit, man. In a righteous world, even this nigga woman, she even said it. A man could take care of 2 households. A woman can't take care of 2 households. Imagine a fucking woman, because these women want to be equal to men, right? Imagine a woman go to work for 8 hours. She got to come home, cook for that household, fuck the man of that household, then go to the next household and do the same thing. That woman be destroyed, man. She can't do that shit. But a man could come, provide for this. There's got men that done it in the ancient world. Even our grandfathers. Yeah. They had 2 wives, basically they had 2 damn houses, man. And they took care of both of them, man. And one family didn't even know about the other family. But imagine, but that's just that was given to a man. They give these women shit they try to achieve, but it's not. They wasn't created for that, man. And that's why a lot of these women got fucking psychological fucking issues, man. Because they're trying to go past what they was created for.
Yeah. That's true.
Go ahead.
It says, "For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not?"
The work is man, man. Shall the work say of it that made it, he made me not? And that's what people say. I have no creator. He's average. And that's only for the low-level crackers. When you're dealing with the top crackers, there's no doubt, there's no confusion about if there's a creator. They know that without a fucking fact. The Rothschild, all these Illuminati, they understand that it was given to them to worship Satan.
Right.
They understand that. See, but they ain't fucking confused about it. Is there a God? They push down people to make people accept Satanism, man.
Exactly.
All right, they cut the Most High out of the picture, or they think they cut the Most High out of the picture, and they give you what you think to be what the right way is, man. Abortions, homosexuality, or anything that's devious and fucked up, they give that to you. But they know.
That's fucking. It's such witchcraft. They make it. They make it seem like they make you want to think you thought of that shit on your own.
Yeah,
that's the power.
But you watching TV. You watching entertainment. You seeing celebrities do shit. And you have it in your mind. It's your idea. But really, you was just programmed that way.
That's the power they have. They make you do what they want, but have you think that you chose to do it.
Mind manipulation.
That's what the whole elections. The people actually think that they wanted Trump in office.
Mm-hmm.
People actually think that when Obama came into the scene, they actually think that they wanted Obama to become president, man. It's all the trickery, man.
So fabricated, man.
Go ahead, brother.
Proverbs, I'll give you it's like Proverbs 15:21. It says, "Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom." And these elites, they take pride in having people, you know, in that folly state. But it's ironic because, it's funny because the elites, they call themselves the light bearers. So they got all the people, they're calling the people stupid, useless eaters, and they're calling them, they're pushing the folly on them, but they're calling themselves the Illuminati and the light bearers. So they're saying that, well, we really know what's going on behind the closed doors. And all the masses of people, they're the ones, you know, voting, getting into this, and we're really giving you your leaders. So they're trying to play the Lord, like it says they sit up in the temple of the Most High. You know, they're trying to play like they're the Most High, man, and they're above people, and they've got all this esoteric knowledge, and everybody's just base, you know. But the scriptures calls them the children of fools.
Yeah, right.
You know, so if they were really wise, man, they'd be holding the scriptures, and they would know that the ultimate power is Jehovah Shai, man.
I'll go quick.
Let me say something real quick. Too. You know, they got this term like ruling with a velvet glove, right? And then as opposed to ruling with an iron fist. And these elites, they fantasize about that. Basically, to be puppet masters, the guys behind the scenes working this big thing, right. You know, they get off to that.
Yeah, make them feel like the Most High.
Make them feel like the Most High, but they can feel deceitful and cunning at the same time. You mentioned the fact that they're light bearers, that the Illuminati, they get this big rush out of doing things right in front of your eyes, these images on the Super Bowl and whatnot, and laughing at them behind scenes.
They get off on that,
yeah, that's their fucking MO. But when we come into power, all right, we know the Lord didn't set it up for us to be hiding anything, man. Yes. That's not a manly way to show your power. Everything about Esau is behind the scenes and secretive, man.
Attributes of a bitch, you know.
Yeah.
which is what the spiritual demon Satan is. All his attributes of women have that. They're built it with that. So how do they have that power over men? Which is by deception, you know. By deceiving, deception, you know. But you got something?
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 10:5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and a rich sit in a low place. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
You got it out.
Yeah, so like the brother, Esau is ruling, the so-called white man is ruling the earth presently, man. And like we're going into earlier, you know, basically the right way has been turned upside down. So he's put folly in great dignity. And that even goes back to what we started the lesson with, man. Okay? Dealing with bread and circuses. The Super Bowl. That's been set in great dignity to the fact where, like the brother mentioned, you got to pay $5 million for a 30-second slot. on the fucking advert at halftime, man.
Yeah.
That money could be put into the infrastructure in America is shit. Okay, that money could go somewhere better. You know what I mean? But basically, that shows you that they're funneling their money into the bread and circuses to deceive the people, fatten them up for a time that we're heading into.
Delicacies.
Okay, and that's what. You just read the last part again.
You forget for companies paying $5 million, how much are they making annually? Like 10 times that, man.
Yeah.
Because money is their God.
Yeah.
Everything is towards mammon. It's not towards life, agriculture, education, the school systems, the health systems, like the brother was saying. You could invest that into something else, but what they want to invest that into, more currency, more FRN notes, more mammon, revenue, liquidate. All right, because money is their God. That demon mammon is their God.
Yep. And that's why you saw stay rich. That's why Jake ain't ever rich, because Jake don't think like that. We more spiritual than we all carnal overall, you know. And Jake is meant to live day by day, man. That's why Jake don't think about investing. I mean, which in this world will teach you is the wise thing to do, but really that's not on Jake, man. Jake is about living today because in our spirit we know, we know that Yahweh Shai provides daily. You know, even a nigga in the world that could learn that in church, man. You know, so he saw the mentality. Well, scripture say Psalms 49:11 that his inward thought is that his house shall continue forever, man.
Right.
And dwelling places for all generations. That's why he stack up with his money, because he just knows his children are gonna inherit it, man.
That's right. The one in Proverbs.
Yeah, you know what? Nothing would change if the Lord didn't want it to change, man. It's all Jake do all day. Well, for their whole lifetimes is the same shit, and then it's just death. You know, nothing will really change. I got a quick precept. My brother's looking. It says Ecclesiastes 8. Where am I? Ecclesiastes 8:5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall fail no evil thing. A wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. We said when we doing it, you know, we pushing out the word, right? You got the internet out here that we use as a vehicle to push this word heavily. And the videos that we put up, we got to emphasize that we're not pulling up how to maintain your household and keep your wife orderly, or how to how to talk to your woman and deal with your children in the truth. That's not the time we in, man. The Lord gave us, as it says here, a wise man's heart, discerning both time and judgment. The time is short. We're not planning for these long raising our kids in this society. All right, we planning on the Lord sending all types of plagues and famines to this land, and the faith that you have and the wisdom and knowledge of the scriptures is going to be your stability. You know, you got something.
I got something for you, because you said that script. It said a wise man discerneth the times, right? Right. So, which is another nickname for the prophets of the Heavenly Father. What? The watchmen or the seers? You know, because we're literally supposed to be watching, like the brother was saying, through the Spirit, watching for the times, man. Seers to see the times too. We're actually supposed to use our visions, our optics, right, and look around to see the prophecies, man. It's a spiritual thing, but we see it too. All right, just like we see the prophecies of the camp opening up all around the world, man. Hence, that's why we got the London brothers here, man. Okay. Anyway, but get back up that script. This is Matthew, chapter 16, verse 1, but points in 2 and 3. It says, the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. Verse 2. And he answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. Verse 3. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you? Oh, it's lucky.
Yeah. Says he answered them. He said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
And that's what Yahweh could do, that wicked Sadducees and Pharisees had no idea how to do. Couldn't determine at all, man. And that went right over their heads. And they call them hypocrites because they present themselves as men that know about the word. And in the word was written about Yahweh Shah. So when he's right in front of them, they denied it fully.
Okay.
You know, so they had no idea what they was talking about, being hypocrites, couldn't discern the tongue. And that's what we do now, being prophets of the Lord. The scripture tell you that prophets is second, apostles first, prophets second, right? There's prophets. We supposed to tell you what's to come, man. And harking on that. We supposed to sound like a broken record. All right, go ahead.
Quick precept.
That was it on that.
This is Deuteronomy 29:3. The great temptations which thy eyes have seen, the signs and those great miracles. Yet the Lord hath not given you an heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day. That's why Yahweh Shai didn't reveal no signs, because our people went through that already, man.
Yeah,
our people went through seeing the signs and the wonders and the great things, and he still didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Exactly.
So what the fuck am I gonna say? Basically, what I'm gonna show you that you're gonna make you believe?
Exactly.
Because it's not given to you to believe. That's why when we go out there, what do we show people? This word is only for people who got faith, through the Most High gave to have faith.
That's right.
Because you go out there and speak, they're looking at us like, who the fuck is these niggas?
Here's the next verse I got for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's I'll read this phrase. Verse 4, Matthew 16, verse 4. That's what you said. It says, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it.
Why? Because when they seen the signs, they still didn't do what they were supposed to do. So, what now am I going to show you? Yeah. When the Most High appeared in the cloud by day and the pillar of, because when you go into the book of Numbers, the chariots was there throughout the 40 years, man. Mm-hmm. It says when the cloud abode above the tabernacle, the camp didn't move until the cloud moved. So the Most High was guiding us throughout the wilderness. And what are our people doing? When Moses went onto the mount for 40 days, what did our people do?
Damn near kill Aaron, man.
They damn near kill Aaron.
Golden calf.
Yeah, right there. And Aaron, which he wasn't supposed to do it, but he did it. All right? And the Lord had mercy on Aaron off of, when you read it, it tells you that Moses prayed for Aaron, because the Most High was going to kill Aaron off the fact that he took heed to these people and made the golden calf, man. But this was after. Yeah. This ain't 10,000 years, like Esau says, the earth is 10,000 years ago. It wasn't 1,000 years later, 2,000 years later. This is right when we left from Egypt, man. All right? And they got pissed off at that. After a while, they got touched. We don't want this no more, man.
Gave them quails.
All right? He gave them quails. All right? Our people, that's why the Lord said he gave us not fire for our blasphemy. Because our people, after all that the Most High did, our people still had shit to say, man. They still was talking shit. So now we're not physically showing you miracles. The Most High is not physically showing miracles, I should say. Yeah. You're right. He's not. You don't see chariots. See, when the people see the chariots, they seen it. See, when we see chariots, or what we think is chariots in the skies, there's little dots in the skies, man. All right, some brothers might see it more vivid than others, but most of the time you see what you see in the sky. But back then, our people seen it like up close and personal, man. They seen the things the Most High did in Egypt, and the scriptures say that, yet the Lord, it says this is Deuteronomy 29:3, it said, the great temptations which thy eyes have seen, the signs and those great miracles, yet the Lord have not given you a heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day. That's why they went after the golden calf. When they was amongst Midian and Moab, they went and started worshiping Baal Berith. They went and worshipped these other gods of these different nations because they had that fucking stony heart, man. That's it on that.
I got something back you up. Romans 10:17. 10:15. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. The brother just spoke on how we don't do. There's no signs and miracles, right? I mean, we do, like you said, the brother see chariots, and you do have like the super blue blood moon that was the other day. All right, but as far as chariots coming down and beaming us up, yet that hasn't happened yet. I'm looking forward to it. That's all prophecy.
Well, you were speaking of signs. That super blue blood moon was a major sign.
It was a major sign
to us,
for the prophets. Not for them.
But they don't know. You know, hear it, but they should know. If they're in the right mind, that the Lord said in Genesis, He made the sun and moon for signs, man. Yeah, that's the purpose of the eclipses. When the
eclipse is August, everybody's in August. Oh wow, it's such a beautiful
people
sight.
Think it's a,
you don't know that's the downfall of this fucking society, bro. They don't know that the Most High is ready to take drastic action on the world that you love. But they think it like it's a beautiful sign. They putting their little fucking glasses on They oohing and ahhing like the brother's saying, but they don't really know. That's your downfall, man. It's not something that you just looked at in amazement. It tells you that, what was that, Ecclesiastes, no, not Ecclesiastes, was it Wisdom of Solomon 14? When it speaks about or 15, Wisdom of Solomon 15, when it says that they worship the creation more than the creator.
Oh,
when it
yeah,
talks about the sun, the moon, and the stars.
That's 13.
And they give praise to that. Instead of giving praise to the one that actually created it. If you think those things is ill, how much more the one that created it?
Sorry, brother.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You know, like exactly what you get into. To show you how stupid people are is that when that eclipse happened, exactly 1 month before that was when the three square market, the company that got the RFID chip implanted in their employees, the first U.S. company, that was exactly 1 month before that. Right. You know, it show you that that's gonna have a major impact as far as that sign was concerned. You know, the sign of the eclipse. You know.
And when you go into that same day, I think it was August 21st, 2000.
Yeah, August 21st.
And you go into the time of Nat Turner revolt. That was the same day that he started his fucking revolt. When Nat Turner started, it was August 21st. And what was the sign? Because he waited for a sign from the Lord, and the sign was an eclipse. And that was the same exact. That's August 21st. I think it was 18 something that Nat Turner started his revolt. So it shows you that the signs are really for the prophets to observe and to know what time that we're living in. The average people of the Most High ain't fucking with you.
Just one point on that.
Go ahead, brother.
You said about the signs are for the prophets. Now that goes into the spirit of Yahweh Shai, which Revelations, the 19th chapter tells you about. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is what? The spirit of prophecy.
That's right.
So it tells you in Amos 3:7 that the secrets are given unto his servants, the prophets. Right? So that's why we're ordained to know when we see these signs of the heavens. That's for us to acknowledge and to get right before the Lord comes. But then they're seeing it, like you said before, they see it and it's just a pretty thing that happens up in the heavens. But we know that, okay, we know the Lord's coming back. And then we know that, this and that is happening off the back of that prophecy, which is the spirit of Yahweh Shai.
I got you. This is Psalms 25, verse 14. It says, the secret of the Lord is with them that fear him.
That's right. It said, with them that fear him. Okay, and the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. And that goes back to the experience as well. When you read Sirach, the 1st chapter and the 7th verse, it tells you about the great experience of knowledge, right? And that's why we're in, starting with you brothers here, that's why you're in America. Because America was set up as what? A prison camp for the nation of Israel. For us to experience wickedness. All right, so when we go into the kingdom, we understand why we got to rule the kingdom in righteousness. All right? Go ahead, bro.
I'll finish it up. It says, the secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant.
And he will show them his covenant. And that's what initially brought us into the faith. The fear of the Lord, man. We were searching for the truth, and the Lord showed it to us. And what really made us to get right is reading about the scriptures and understanding the prophecies that are going to come in this time period, man. The time of Jacob's trouble, the RFID chip, World War III, the pestilences, the disease, warfare, all these different things, man. When we see that, we know that, okay, that's the fear of the Lord. The only way we're going to get out of that is by, adhering to the law, statutes, and commandments. Like the scripture just said, show him his covenant, all right?
Right. Yeah, that was it.
Quick precept. 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like diligence, man, because that's a key word in that thing, man. Diligence is different than motivation. You got Jake out there that's like, well, I ain't really, everything got to be motivated. Everything got to motivate a nigga to do something these days, man. Yeah. I ain't motivated, so I just sat at home all day and did nothing. Yo, discipline overrules all of that shit. All right, because discipline is what gets your ass up, man. You don't. It's and it comes through that fear. And there's a scripture that talks about the Holy Spirit of discipline. All right, so all these things is gifts, man. Discipline is what makes you do 3 videos a week or more. Yeah. Right?
If he knew his life was in danger, that would motivate him. If he knew that But they don't see the sense of urgency and death. They don't see that. They really don't believe that this place could be fucking destroyed with nuclear fire. So it's like a whatever type of vibe. But you even know that,
paranoid.
Yeah, exactly. Which was a good paranoia. It's good to know, like, yo, once you know the terror of the Lord, you know that this shit is terror. Like, when you go into,
You got it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I got some heat too.
It says, this is 2 Corinthians 5:11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men.
You persuade men. And you go into top men of the Most High in the way that they was judged, that shit is fucking terror, man. When you go into, if you know off top, I think it's in the book of Numbers when Moses smoked the rock, but he didn't give glory unto the Most High. I think it's like Numbers in the 20s. All right, but the whole point about that scripture was that scripture is so important. It shows you that Most High is not a respecter of person. That's a scary thing, man. Because when Aaron, all right, they took him to the mount. I think they took him to Mount Horeb. And what did the Lord do? The Lord took Aaron up there. And guess what? Moses, Aaron, and his son went up there. I think it was Eleazar. They went up to the mount. And when the people saw only Moses and Aaron came back, Moses and Eleazar came back. What happened to Aaron? The Lord sent them up there and said, look, when you're going to take Aaron up there and you're going to strip him of his ephod. And say he's gonna die up there. So they took the ephod off him, and the Lord killed him right up there. And then they seen Moses and Eleazar come back. And then the Lord told Moses, said, look, I'm not trying to hear nothing about you in this land no more. He said, I'm gonna show it to you, and that's gonna be the end of this. Because Moses was basically pleading to the Lord, like, to go into the land. The Lord said, nah, you're not going in there. He said, look, this is the last time I'm gonna hear this from you. I'm gonna show it to you, and that's gonna be it. And after I show it to you, you're gonna die. And that shows you that's the terror of the Lord, man. All right? Because Moses, he seen the land, all right? And Moses didn't die because he was sick. It told you when Moses died at 120 years old, it said his eyes wasn't dim, meaning he didn't go blind. His strength wasn't abated. You got it?
Yeah. This is Numbers chapter 20, verse 11. And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice. And the water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and the beasts also. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them.
Like the scripture we always bring out in the Apocalypse said, man slipping with his tongue, but not with his heart. Because what did Moses do? He said, how long shall I? That's why that word I is a fucking dangerous word within this truth, because there's no I. It's the Most High. Right. And you got to be conscious when you say certain things that it don't lead to, like, it's through your own power that you're doing it. You understand, like, wait a minute. It's the Most High doing it. And Moses, he made that mistake not because of frustration, man. Dealing with you people on a constant basis and you murmuring. But it got to the point, Moses went to the Lord and said, what did I do to deserve this shit? What did I do to deserve to deal with these fucking people, man? All right? Go ahead.
I'm sorry if I can add that. You made a great point, which I'll just say now, I even noticed, even in this camp and, other camps, I try to take out the word I, out of my language.
That's right.
What you just said, that should be put forth out there, man. That's why, brother, when they speak and saying, you can give a testimony of something of yourself. But if you say, when I see this and I'm going to do this, really it's not you, man. All right? It's really the Spirit of the Lord. And you always got to, at the end of the day, it ain't you, man. It's about Yahweh Shema Shai. And the only reason you're out there is because Yahweh Shai is working in your spirit. So you always got to it's all about pushing his name and using you as a tool, man. Because he could quickly get you out. Or it's not really about you,
That's right.
And that's something that you can hold on to and that will further humble you and bring you a better knowledge, man.
That's fair, bro.
So that's something very important to say. Because I'll say clearly, I noticed that's people do that in the camp, man. When I want to go here and I want to, but no, it ain't about you, man. It's about the Lord, the Spirit in you. So I just wanted to put that out there.
That's right. The scripture say your glorying is not good.
That's right.
Know ye not that little leaveneth the whole lump? That glorying is not good. When you think of yourself and what you're going to do when that time comes, is what Yahweh Shai is going to do when that time comes.
He said he's going to put his wrath in us. That's right. It's not our anger.
We are his vessels. We're going to be his axe. An axe can't cut on its own. It needs a wielder. Just like we are the wielders of his wisdom.
Might as well get it.
Yeah.
He's gonna channel his spirit through us, man.
You're just gonna be conscious while the whole thing plays out.
Yeah.
Basically a spectator.
Here with spectators.
That's why one of the names of Israel is what? Zion.
Right.
Zion one. Monument to who? The Most High,
That's
man.
right.
Not to ourselves.
That's right.
The vessels, man.
Yeah, he that exalts himself shall be abased.
That's right. And like the brother Yanko pinpointed, you know what I'm saying? Both of y'all brothers, you know, that eye shit is done, man. You know, if you do it, if you get your spirits on you, you high, you just busting shows out, man. It ain't you. You know, but the Spirit of the Lord allowed you to do the show, man, because at the end of the day, you ain't doing it because it's your praises, man. You're doing it to feed the Most High's flock. The Lord said you feeding his sheep. So what the hell you got to glory about for feeding some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feeding the Lord's land, but yeah, I just fed all these lambs, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, you just did the Lord's work.
Man.
You know, you a servant, what do you call it? A profitable servant, man.
Yeah, that's why I said, well, let me just get that.
You gotta preach it.
Go ahead, bro.
This is James 4:15. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will,
Yeah.
ye shall live and do this or that.
It's all about what the Lord will. The scripture speaks about the brothers in the faith and the truth being predestinated. Meaning it wasn't your choice, it was set up for you to be a part of this ministry, to be a part of this great work, to basically profess the coming of the Lord before it actually takes place, man, to deal with the prophecy, deal with what the Lord has set up. Because you was chosen to do that from the very beginning. It tells you that the prophets was from the very beginning. You read Luke 1:7. Luke 1:7 tells you that the prophets was from the very beginning, man.
What?
Luke 1:7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luke 1:7. And they had
70.
70. Luke 1:70. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
So as he spake by the mouth of the holy prophets since the world began. So the prophets that was from the beginnings are the prophets that you see now, man. When you read the scriptures, all them, it's the same people, man.
Yeah, sure.
Same people coming back and doing what they was created to do. The Most High chose certain Israelites to be prophets. And that's what you're gonna do, whether you want to or not, man. When you go into the book of Jonah, how Jonah was basically, they want to deal with Nineveh because he said, look, I know the Lord's a great mercy. He's going to end up having mercy on these people. The Lord says it's not about that, man. You're going to do what I tell you to do, man.
That's right.
And he had to go and prophesy at Nineveh, man. Yeah. And then our job is to go out and highways and byways and to make it public record. It don't matter if people listen to you or not. It's the fact that the Most High wants you to make it public. So that when it does happen, these people can't say that they didn't hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I appreciate This is Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
So when you was in the world, when you was a kid, you know what you want to be. You probably want to be a firefighter, a cop, an engineer, a scientist. But the whole time you was a prophet, but you didn't know that until the Most High chose to reveal himself to you. You go into the book of Samuel, when Samuel was dedicated to the Lord from the very beginning. But at the time that the Lord physically came and revealed himself to Samuel, man. The Lord, Samuel was sleeping, and then the Lord kept calling on to him. And what did the priest that was over Samuel say? So the next time you hear that, answer the Lord, because that's the Lord calling on to you, man. So it's for each one of us is when the Lord chose to reveal himself to us, man.
Yeah. I got a quick precept. Quick precept. This is Amos chapter 7. Verse 14. It says, Then answered Amos, the son of Amaziah, I was no prophet, neither was I a prophet's son, but I was a herdman and a gatherer of sycamore fruit. And the Lord took me as I followed the flock.
See, he didn't know that he was a prophet, but he was. So in his mind, like, I'm just a regular herdman. But what he didn't know that throughout his generations, his different lives, he was a prophet. And now the Lord chose to reveal himself at that time and take him away from his herds to go out and prophesy.
And the Lord took me, like he called us. He took us. It says, and I followed the flock. And the Lord said unto me, Go, prophesy unto my people Israel. Now therefore, hear thou the word of the Lord. Thou sayest, prophesy not against Israel, and drop not thy word against the house of Isaac. I was in on that.
Okay, that's right.
I got something for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because you said once a prophet, always a prophet, basically.
That's right.
So one quick one. Corinthians chapter 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. It says, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
Go ahead, you got it.
Okay, yeah, it comes. Like, backing up what that was saying, the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, all right? It's very simple. Once a prophet, always a prophet, okay? Once a demon, always a demon, all right? Well, the nation of Israel, they're all going to be righteous in the kingdom, all right? But the 2/3, like the proof is in Judges. When you go in Judges, it tells you specifically that in each generation, you had the wicked always coming back. Those are the same wicked demons coming back in the nation, in the nation of Israel, right? Coming back and doing wickedness. But then also in the book of Judges, you had the righteous, or the people who had the faith of the Lord, that they will be had their time of peace, you know, and always go back and forth. Why? Because that wicked seed was always reincarnated back into Israel and was bringing them down, and they'll be overthrown by other nations, you know. But anyway, the point is, you stay in your lot, you know. So the prophets are always going to be prophets. Backing up what the brother was saying, that's why if you have that, those who have eyes to hear, those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, the men of the Lord believe, we know about reincarnation, just like the Lord talked about. And all the prophets are, most of these prophets, like the brother's going into, they're the same spirit. Why? Because they will always be prophets, you know. They will always be in that spirit of the Lord, you know, when they come back on earth.
That's okay. Matthew 23:31. Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Right? It said mention the children of them. You come through a line, the lineage of your fathers. All right? Your ancestors. So we've been here before many times as prophets. And the 2/3, or the wicked, the ones that killed the prophets, that killed us in the past, have been our enemies, are our enemies right now, man. Past and present, all being brought full circle. Reincarnation.
That's right.
Yeah, I got one scripture, I guess. Ephesians 2:2. So let me get it real quick. Yeah, I got Ephesians 2:2. Kind of when we started off with the video with, saying that we're doing this on the Super Bowl, it was open forum, but all you people out there, engulfed in the Super Bowl, which is in America, they are, and all over the world, but mostly in America, you being putting spells on right now as we speak, man. Putting hexes on and distracted for what's to come. And what we went through today through the video with the signs, the super blue blood moon, being diligent and discerning the times, watching the wars and rumor of the wars, camps opening up all over the world. This is what the elect man of the Most High is seeing. But all the other dummies are blinded, and this is why. Okay,
I'll read it out.
Okay.
Ephesians chapter 2 verse 2, wherein time past.
Matter of fact, you could just start from 1.
Ephesians chapter 2 verse 1, and ye have he quickened, who were dead in trespass and sin.
Yeah. So and you hath he quickened. How? What does it mean to be quickened? Quickened through what? The spirit of Yahweh Bashim Ashai, quickened through his spirit alone. That's it. And through which is what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. And only the elect have been quickened. They're chosen. And there's still more elect to be woken up. And they're going to be quickened by the spirit, man. Quickened by the word that the prophets are bringing out. And Lord willing, we those men, man. Quickening the elect out there with the spirit to wake up, man. Quickly through the spirit. All right. And it says, who are dead in trespass and sins. Because ultimately, the people ultimately will be quickened are Israelites, man. Yeah. Because the laws and statutes were given unto them. So that's the laws and statutes only apply to them. Part of the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is keeping the commandments, to the best of your ability, rehearsing. Okay. So now when we are quickened, we are dead to what? Our old man, dead to trespasses and sins. Because the trespass and the sin only applies to the nation of Israel. No other nation can trespass and sin. Okay? So when we are quickened, we are what? We're not dead anymore. We are brought to life. There's many scriptures on that the Lord brings you life. He is a life. He's a spirit of life. Okay?
Wherein times past ye walk according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air.
Yeah, where in the time past he walked according to the course of this world. What's the course of the world? Well, Super Bowl, man. That's one of them. All right. Basically, in short, upholding everything in this society, man. In this wicked ass society, which is what? First of all, as an Israelite, you accepting another leader from another nation above you. That's against the scriptures, man. Scriptures say you shouldn't I'm not saying it right. Envy the oppressor.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Envy thy oppressor.
And choose none of his ways.
And choose none of his ways. That's what you motherfuckers are doing out there, man.
Yep.
You know, watching the Super Bowl is not. I mean, we watch certain events. I ain't gonna go into that. You know what I mean? But overall, totally engulfed in not having the truth. You know what I mean? That's going into the oppressor's ways, or believing in college, believing in America, believing in Trump toupee ass. All right, voting, just believing in anything besides his truth, man.
Yeah.
You know, well, we're trying to further on America, and you stupid niggas, man. All right, you stupid niggas, man. Out of all the people on earth, man, at least you stupid niggas should know that you ain't gonna rise in this society, and you've become so pathetic that you want to go to Walmart and buy a piece of 2x4 or whatever, or Home Depot, and get a piece of cardboard and write "No justice, no peace" on there, man. And that's the way you're gonna fight back. And then who you crying on to? You crying on the so-called white man to give you fucking rights, man? That's why you niggas are gonna be destroyed, man.
That's right.
And that's going according to the course of the world. Basically, the course of the world is what? Upholding a faggotry, man. Having rights to fucking faggots, changing trying to change your genetics, whatever. You know, that's going to the course of the world. All right.
The spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
Start from the top.
Wherein time past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air.
The prince of the power of the air is a spiritual demon, Satan, man. Because why? The Most High is giving him power to control the world. But obviously, the Most High is in control, number one. But he's given it to the prince of the power of the air, which is spiritual demon Satan, to have control on earth through his physical counterpart Esau. All right, the so-called white man. And what is he pushing out there? Obviously, which means Satan means adverse or against. Against what? Adverse to truth. All right. So adverse to truth is what? Being against the Bible, against the Holy Scriptures. You know, that's what it means to be a Satanist. So anything against truth, you're a Satanist, man. You're adverse. That's the teachings of the prince of the power of the air, man. The flat Earth dumb theory, which proves that we're in the end times. You know, with that dumb doctrine and people actually believing in that, man. All right. I lost my train of thought, but all that bullshit, anything besides truth is all being brought out by the devil, man. Because the prince of power of the air is a spiritual demon Satan, and all he's pushing out is satanic vibrations, you know, demonic things, lying, you know.
The spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
Yeah, and that spirit worketh what? The children of disobedience is what? Who's the only ones disobeying is the children of Israel, the 2/3. But only and furthermore, the so-called white man, you know, that spirit working in those people, man. And the Lord described what? The children of Israel himself as ye are your father the devil. Okay? The lust of your father ye will do. And that's what you're doing. You're not, all you 2/3, you're not following the ways of the scriptures or the teachings of the Lord and listening to the men of the Lord. You know, you're following the ways according to the course of the world, which is totally satanic, man. You know, and you don't even know you're being ruled by the prince of the power of the air, which is spiritual demon Satan. He's in control now, but that's about to be wiped off. The Lord's about to come back and claim his throne on earth. All right. You keep going.
Okay. Among whom also we all had our conversations in times past in the lust of our flesh.
Yeah, before we came to the truth. Right.
Fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. But the Most High, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us, even when we were dead in sins, have quickened us together with Hamashiach. By grace ye are saved.
Okay. I mean, you go on and on, but
Keep
where you
going.
want, I mean, wherever you want to end. I mean, that seems good to end. You want to read more? What do you think?
It says, and have raised us up together and made us sit together in his heavenly place in Hamashiach Yahushua, that in the ages to come he might shew the exceeding riches of his grace and his kindness towards us through Hamashiach Yahushua.
And I will read one more. One more. You can read.
For by grace are ye saved through faith.
And this is the grace period right now. All right, this is the grace period that the Lord's waiting for the elect to wake up to. Keep going.
For by grace are ye saved through faith. So it ain't about how many works, the laws, that's the laws. You got certain commandment keepers that's pushing that.
Fake commandments.
Fake, so-called allegedly commandment keepers that thinking they're going to be saved.
By fringes on their shirt.
Yeah, by fringes on your goddamn white tee.
I got a quick precept on that.
Because
It's Proverbs 10 and 28. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. So like I said, it's that faith, it's that hope, you know, that's gonna, you know, sustain us in the days of evil, man.
That's
bad
right.
times, and you know.
That's right.
Yeah, because the scriptures say that our righteousness is as filthy rags. So you can keep the Lord to the T. The Lord's still looking at you as shit, as dung, a menstruous rag.
Yeah, these Israelite groups, man, get ready to throw another Passover, man. Another Israelite party Passover. Well, guess what? They gonna keep doing that till Jacob's trouble pop off, man. You know what I mean? Esau come through and shut that Webster Hall down.
Yeah.
Come through with some ropes and chains tied and wires. Oh boy.
Philippians 2 and 3. Yes, sir.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 3.
Yep.
Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Look not every man on his own thing, but every man also on the things of others. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahushua, who being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in the fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Wherefore the Most High also have highly exalted him, and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahushua every knee shall bow, of things in heaven and the things in the earth and the things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahushua Hamashiach is Lord, to glory and power of the Father.
Go ahead. You can keep going, man. I wasn't looking for that, but that's what it is.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's the spirit. I was thinking of something else, but
you know,
that's what it
that's
was.
it, man. That's the importance.
They need to hear that.
That's the importance of the name. That's the importance of believing upon that true and proper name of the Son of the Most High, who the world eagerly called Jesus Christ, which in the Hebrew tongue his name is Yahushua. You know, that's why he is worthy of worship and praise and glory for the actions that he did through the power of his Father.
that's right.
You
That's
know,
sure that's a spirit, like your brother said. That's what was meant to come out. Because what I was thinking about, Most High wanted something else to come out, and that's what we just read, man. It's all about Yahushua. At the end of the day, it's all about Yahushua and what they want, man.
yeah,
And then you just seen it, man. That's the proof, man. It's about what they want to be brought out, and through the spirit, what has to be brought out is the destruction of the society and the coming of Yahushua.
Yeah.
Like when we read about John, it says that he come to prepare the way before Yahushua. And that's what we're doing now, man.
Yeah.
Yahushua came, all right, like back 2,000 years ago as a lamb. All right, he came in humility. But now he's coming back in his fierceness, man. And we preparing for his second coming.
yeah.
occupying until he comes.
Occupying till he's come, man. So with that, that's whatever y'all got else to say.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it, man. Hey, with that, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Yahweh. All right. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and great millstone.
Double honors to the apostles, elders, and great millstone.
And shalom to you, Akim, man.
Shalom.
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 That was on Living Waters. This.
Still recording.
Okay.